Hello everybody, and my apologies for the slow start here. I was scrambling to get some other stuff done around the house, and I succeeded, generally. But, yeah, I was scrambling. So, we're here. I have an old-fashioned in hand. Time to play some Lands of Galzyr. So, you might be able to hear a little bit of noise in the background. The normal spot that my wife takes her Zoom call some Wednesdays is in the basement, where we have a busted futon that is waiting on a new frame, so she is in the kitchen chatting away. But my guess is that will be minor background noise at the best. Let's get down to the table here and just want to look at one thing. So I'm going to pull it up. But Marvel United Multiverse just finished funding with 4.79 basically $1 million. And we didn't quite get I think we got the last bit in there. They might have tossed that in if we didn't quite hit the number, but I think we hit the number. It was just short. 10,000 short, or 10 million. 10,000 short. 10 million would be a lot. But so much cool stuff for that game. I was going to pull it up to see where the number was and show that off, but it's done, so no reason to do that. I also almost just did a unboxing of some sorts for Frosthaven, which showed up for me today, or not today, but over the weekend, and I just got my hands on it yesterday because I was gone for the weekend, which was not the ideal timing to be gone, but it worked. Let's get down to the table here. You can see the setup. We are in December. It's winter. No surprise there. We have a quest that we can do up here at Yezden. There are a couple ones that we can pick up at Reinstrom. So I'm going to grab both of those when I get a chance here. It's important to remember, as always, I do in fact have a feather duster, which is the most important piece of adventuring equipment out there. But let's get to the game. Step one, where do I want to go? Well, I'm just going to move up a single spot here. And that was the notification. So for referee work, and that's in Sarawar. We do just automatically refill. This one is in Yezden for pickup. I'm going to pick up the other Reinstrom one, and it's in Aran. This one was secure a cultural artifact. Ooh, that one actually sounds pretty fun too. A couple things I have one I can complete in Aran and one I can pick up there. And let me check, because I feel like I'm off on my numbers here. I have two things I can do in Yezden. I have Aran and Sarawar. I have Aran. Oh, this one now needs to go to Maratu. All right, let's get to this. I picked those up. I still haven't done anything in Reinstrom. And I'm not actually going to do anything in Reinstrom because I don't have any active quests here anymore. I'm just going to continue moving up the shore and draw my adventure card. It is Saturday today. Let me flip over to the screen. I can show that off. It is Saturday, so this card says if it's Saturday, as you travel, the sound of nervous questions and parental tutelage draw your attention upwards. On a vantage point high up, a family of sugar gliders is teaching their daughter how to soar. The child leaps from the elevated position and spreads her arms wide. Wind catches her patagia. With wobbly stability, she manages to soar a short distance before panic sets in. Losing control, she sharply dips down. She and her parents cry out in terror. "What do I do?" the young girl shouts as she uncontrollably picks up speed. She is too far away to hear her parents' instructions as they glide after her, but are too far to intercept her. Do we have the flight tag? No, we do not have flight. Give the kid advice. Oh, we're not bad at that. Or try and catch them. Advice is better for us. We don't have anything for catch or give. But that turned out to be a good roll as we got 4 for advice. I always forget to reset prestige. You shout out to the sugar glider that she needs to tilt up to catch more wind in her patagia and control her descent. And as she has to drastically dip to her left or right side to turn that way. With your insight, the sugar glider regains control of her fall and her confidence, landing safely nearby. The two parents, a moment later, land by her. They pull her into an embrace and drown her in praises for her amazing recovery. "But we have you to thank for that as well," the mother says, giving you a wink. Pulling out an item from his pack, the father gives you something interesting. "Maybe you should take up a job teaching others to fly," he jokes. So, actually, I think I just stuck that at the bottom of the deck. I'm so used to it. Yep. 256 goes back in there. Take out card 83, if available. It is. And shuffle it into the event deck. But of course, I also get to see what item 32 is. Will this be something that I want to replace? It's an ocarina. It helps with recall and convince. Has the music tag. Do I want the ladder in place? Because that helps with climb, observe, and search. You know what? I have something already that helps with recall. So we're going to stick with what we have. Day 1 is complete. So we go back here to the table, advance the day to Sunday. We're going to just go 1, 2 here. I can't pick up the quest in Yesden because I have 3 quests, but I'm going to do this 199 and see what I get. So for that, we're going to punch in 20224 Your treasure map leads you to the serene and majestic temples of Yezdan. You're too absorbed in your hunt to take in the many fountains, gardens, following your notes to the temple's grand arches. And that's how the monk, Gomes, an alpine marmot, aw, cutie, finds you several minutes later just about to climb one of the arches trying to read the inscriptions. "Excuse me," Gomes says in a very dramatic whisper. "I'm afraid outsiders are strictly forbidden from reading the arches." I do not have a partner or a companion. I don't want to intimidate. Figure out what the writings mean. Of course, I have nothing to help with figure. I actually didn't have anything to help with intimidate either. So I got a solid 0 on that. Ooh, but I have 3 of those. As you look up at the elaborate inscriptions, you realize you could probably just climb the arches. Poor Gomes doesn't look like he'll be able to stop you. Well, climb the arches. Exact same roll. It's a medium. I did get 2. Ignoring poor brother Gomes, you leap onto the arches, clambering up until you can read the lower inscriptions. "Excuse me! Excuse me!" Gomes cries, but you focus on taking notes. It seems there's a mausoleum beneath the temple, and the next clue to the treasure hunt can be found there. As you drop down and apologize to the anxious marmot, then head off to the mausoleum. Treasure, here you come. You descend the stairs into the basement. There are candles and offering altars, and also a massive stone tomb statue depicting an elder Bobak marmot. Your thinking is interrupted by the slap, slap, slap of some slippers. It's Brother Gomes. "There's only 2 ways into the mausoleum. One hidden behind that stone tomb, and a cellar entrance, which no one has a key for," the marmot chuckles. "Good luck getting in. Though I would admit, I would love to know what's actually in there." I do not have stunned. So I can either try and unlock. I do get an automatic success for unlock. Oh, that one's supposed to be gone. Ooh. Doesn't actually change anything. I didn't use it. There was a time token on that one I didn't realize. Or force. Force I can discard to automatically get a success. Unlock I just automatically get a success. And unlock is easier and actually better for me to do. Anyways, wish I had some more things. But that is a strong enough result. 3, assuming there's nothing ahead. "It's no use," says Gomes as you work on the aged lock in the dark. "No one's ever..." "Oh." The lock clicks open, you wink at Gomes, and then push your way in. "I'll stay here," he says, and you soon see why. The dark mausoleum is deeply creepy, filled with row after row of caskets, all upright, filled with skeletons. In the dim light, it's like they're all turning to look at you. You notice each of the caskets has a plaque bearing the owner's name and title. Old Temple Monks. Your notes lead you to a polecat skeleton. Her plaque, yes, her plaque, has the next set of clues. The treasure is in an underground mine. You write this down and make haste to exit as a shiver runs down your spine. So, interesting, it hasn't told us to get rid of 199. But I feel like we're going to be done with it and telling us to take a 164. Oh, this is why. Closest mountain to Rheinstamm, 228. We also have now clue. Closest mountain to Rheinstamm. Let me get back to the table here so you can see. Don't forget myself to prestige. We're going to head back to Rheinstamm for sure. Looks to be right here because 2 spaces, 2 spaces, 2 spaces. It's the only one that makes sense. So we click forward to Monday. And we advance, just going to advance to here. And we're still on a treasure hunt. So we're looking for 0228. Your treasure map leads you to one of the numerous gold mines west of Yezden. Okay, we're in the right spot. The rolling mountain vistas and cooling air lead you to a destination, a boarded up, abandoned mine, the entrance barred and locked. The mine's been sealed for decades, says a panther chameleon, one of the workers in another mine, when you approach her. Safety reasons. Some folks got hurt. Shame, because there's still a ton of gold down there, but no one's allowed. Do we have might? No. Nope, we don't have might, unfortunately. Convince or unlock? I mean, my convince, that's easy. I would have 1 colored die to use with that. Yeah, let's try convincing. Or unlock. Wait, unlock, I get 1 success automatically. We're going to do unlock because then it's the same difference. And we have 1 success. While the workers are distracted, you creep over. No, well, 1 success plus the automatic one. You creep over and undo the chains. A job that is significantly trickier than you originally expected. You take so long and make so much noise that you fear the workers will come back and chase you off at any moment. But in the end, you succeed. You get the chains off the mine door and slip inside just as the workers return to gather their gear for the next job. Close one. Inside the mine, your map. Ooh, this is gonna be fun. Never mind, this is not. It's gonna be fairly easy. Your map leads you through dozens of identical looking tunnels. You're not, as you first expected, going deep underground. Instead, the tunnels begin leading you upwards. You finally emerge on a mountain top. You double check your map to find that, yes, this is the correct path. Before you is a huge chasm that you have to cross to get to the next peak, with a broken rope bridge hanging down below you. If you jump each flight or unfold, I have some fights, but climb, on the other hand, is my best skill. And I have 1 automatic success for that. That was almost a failure again, as I keep on getting 1 more. So, I don't have any books, so I don't skip that one. I'm at the 2 to 3. The circular edge of the chasm is narrow and slippery. You barely avoid slipping off and falling hundreds of meters to the valley below. Your heart pounds with fear as you make it across. So this, my guess, is fear. I'm afraid for 4 days. Cowardice and weary. Basically, it means I can't do hard checks, and I don't have anything really to speed that up. You come to the peak of the mountaintop, and you're startled to hear a voice. "Hello," says an old Bobak marmot, his fur entirely white. "I am Kotav. What do you seek?" You've heard legends of all white marmots who live on the mountains for decades. You explain your long and arduous treasure hunt. "Earthly riches? I understand, but there is more to life than money. I have lived upon this mountain to seek wisdom and perspective. I could share some if so desired." Interesting. So I have a choice here. I don't think declining is going to just like kill it off for me, but I kind of want to listen. So I'm going to do stuff at the bottom here. Quick. Toss those into the vault. You sit down with Kotov in the swirling winds at the top of the world. "Gold comes, gold goes, but true treasure stays in the heart. Let go of your attachment." His snow-white fur swings in the cold alpine winds. "With wisdom gained on this journey, you have something greater than gold." Koltov's words ring in your heart. You bow to him and leave feeling fuller than you can remember. A true treasure. Something that no one can steal. And then we get 60. I do not have a 60, so that's nice. Oh, fun. I just realized I can go over 10 prestige. I have inner peace. And the scene ends. So I wonder, had I gone the other way, I probably could have found the treasure. It might have been more checks and stuff like that. It might even be something I can come back to because there are multiple of those cards, but I'm not sure. I don't think I would if I had the choice. Arn. I do want to kind of... There's the one in Yezd, it's so close. But I don't have anything else all that close to get to. Which means, like, I could travel to Rheinstem, and I can actually discard my Vigorous to get the whole way. Let's do this. I forgot to advance. But because of where I'm at, I now have the choice of a few different things. I could go to the docks, the wishing well. Let's do the wishing well. I don't really want to go to the arena. Market maybe could heal me up, but I only have 4 money. Like, I'd be looking to get rid of Afraid. So let's go to the Wishing Well. 0021. As you arrive at Reinstrom's old wishing well, you're greeted by the sights and sound typical for a city's poorest district. Swindlers and beggars line the run-down houses, hollering at busy folks going about their business in the square. Just about everything, houses, streets, and especially folks, are covered in dirt. Curiously, folks seem to give the well itself, placed in the center of the square, a wide berth, likely out of respect or superstition. A Squirrel Street merchant is peddling her wares with a high-pitched voice, but sounds of commotion coming from the other end of the square draw your attention. Their voices rise steadily above the general clamor of the place. I'm tossing in a coin. The Wishing Well is a rather simple structure. A modest platform complete with the most ordinary-looking stone well, but it's clearly in far better condition than the surrounding houses. You approach and look down, seeing nothing but darkness within. You pull a coin out of your pouch and toss it into the depths, watching it plummet down into the well. It's $2.79 available. I believe so. Yes. Stay alert. All right. Let's see what we get here. Stay. I feel like that should be observe. That'd be great if it was observe. I got the minimum. At the last moment, you notice a long clawed paw reach for your pocket, and you pull yourself away. The Manuels. Whoop. Oh, sweet boy. Very cute. 10 out of 10 wood pet. Our round eyes briefly betray his surprise as you catch him red-handed before returning to their sly, only slightly less goofy expression. "Ah, you passed the test," he says. "Just what I've been looking for. How about we team up and make some rich folks less rich?" The feline thief fidgets a bit, waiting for your response. Ooh, to the city guard or accept? I've been more heroic. We're going to take him to the city guard. Sorry, kitty cat. Striking quickly, you manage to wrestle the thief down, subdue him, and start dragging him towards the nearest city guard post. "What a bother," he says. "Why did I have to run into the most naive and righteous moron in the whole city?" He continues to complain and thrash about the whole way. A polecat guard at the post takes the thief in. "Very impressive," she says. "Cassim is a slippery little crook. We've caught him a few times, but he's always escaped. I'll tell everyone who nabbed him." She looks through the equipment and some gold they confiscated from the Manuel thief. "We don't have a bounty set up, but help yourself to any of this you want. Good work keeping the streets clean." So, 3 gold. Guess there's that. And a prestige. We don't get to work with them, but our prestige is going up. Actually, I maybe should have, because I do have my underworld connections right now. And a feather duster. That is very nefarious. Like at this point in time, no matter what, I cannot give up with a feather duster. Oh, and I could have moved 1 to thievery. So let's go back down to the table. And I'll kind of show you my setup. So I have 2 here, 1 and 1. If I were to put this one here and remove this one, for example, it would bolster these two. Like this would be a very strong thing for me because I'd be rolling 4 dice with a 1/3 chance on each of those dice to get that, plus then 1 black die. But this bolsters my books, and this would also more bolster this. I would still not necessarily be too strong over here. Like theoretically, your best bet is to go something like here and here across from each other. I don't think I'm going to do it though. I kind of like my setup where it's at. I like the kind of adventuring survival choice that I have. So we're going to stick with that. Now, I am going to discard Vigorous as we go ahead and move up to Wednesday. So I can move 3 spaces and go. I'll grab the one in Arn. This is the Gemsetian. A Gemsetian of high status has gone missing. A job is available for a discreet and trustworthy individual. Well, this one moves up to Rhinestone. I don't think I'll get there this time, but yeah, it's on the map. It's on the way for me, and I do need to grab the next quest, which also, well, not also, but is in Yezden. So we have 2 up in Yezden. I might continue up this side of things, but we'll have to see. Runaway Prince. Inner Peace. We still have Inner Peace. The one we have here in Arn, let's do that. We're going to meet Ledric. I'll do a bit more reading here as to what that potentially even means. Ancient tribes have practiced rites beseeching an entity known as Hyoroshank to lead them into their own dreams through meditation. To do this ourselves, we only need a statue of Hyoroshank. Meet our contact, Lelric, at the university and help him secure one from a professor. Morazan, long-nosed horn frog, mistress of the lodge. Lodges are always trustworthy. Outside the prestigious Arhun University, you meet a bat-eared fox named Lelric. He is dressed in tan poncho of the lodge, bearing the insignia of a closed eye embroidered on the front. Excitedly, he introduces himself and makes small talk. Professor Selim has a relic. The lodge master says we need to practice the lost arts of seeing inward. I have been here in Arn for a while, petitioning her to release it to us, but no dice. You take Lelric with you and head to the front desk. You ask a pygmy owl secretary there to book a meeting with Professor Selman today. No one can. I'm so afraid she's booked full. Unless you plan on climbing through her window, you will not see her today. Oh, we do not have a relic. I think I did at one point in time. I can't do the hard. I could bribe, but I'm just going to climb through the window because I'm good at climbing through windows. So I'm at 3. I got a double climb on a yellow, and I have my ladder still, which gives me an automatic success. Taking the pygmy owl's solution quite literally, you leave the university and go around to the side of the building. When no one is looking, you give Lalric a boost up and climb up to an open window on the second floor. Once you are up with Lalric, he points to a nearby office bearing the name Selman. Lalric smiles. "I always said I was lucky." So you and the fox sit down on the bench and wait for the office door to open. Next! I don't actually know what Selman sounds like yet. So next, someone calls from within. Entering the office, you introduce yourself to Selman, a baboon. She seats both of you and then herself behind a desk. "What can I do for you?" Lalric describes the figure of Hiroshunk that was uncovered in a dig a few months ago. The baboon tosses an eye to a curio cabinet to her left. On its top shelf is an eerie four-armed figure. Lalric sighs. "Can we have it?" Selman throws her head back in laughter. "For free? Over my dead body." So I can sneak. What is my sneak at? Probably not that good. Nope, not that good. I could intimidate. What's my intimidate at? Also, not that good. Or I could just pay $6 for it. I'm down to $1, but that seemed like a worthwhile investment. The baboon stops laughing when you place a pile of gold on her desk. She raises a brow at you, almost baring her fangs. "You wish to purchase this piece from the university?" She almost refuses you until Lalric goes on about how it would serve for the rebirth of the whole culture. Selman gets up and hands the figure over. "Let me know if you actually experience any living dreams with it." So, after you and the battered fox go outside, Lalric gives you a small applause. "Now that the figure of Hiroshunk can be used to teach all of Galzyr how to dreamwalk, you should visit us and give it a try." The fox repeats his thanks and bounds off into town. 2 prestige, 132, and goes back to the library. I do appreciate, they're not limiting who or how many people can do a mission. It goes back in there, and then I grab 152. And give it to myself. Visit the lodge in Maratu. Okay. Yes, in Maratu. Rancham Sherwar Maratu. Okay, I don't have one R in anymore. So, 2 prestige, end the scene. Go down to the table here. And I'm going to make my way to Maratu. Now, so we advance to Thursday. My inner peace is almost running out, as well as my afraid. Those will both be gone tomorrow. And I am going to, excuse me, I could go either way. I could go here or here. I'm just going to go this way. No other reason than I can. I'm not wounded. I am in the forest. So, zero, 217. Good thing I looked again, because I was going to type in 227. It's 288 available in the library. Yes, it is. In the woods, you surprisingly find a pit by the side of the roads. A kakapo, in traveling gear, is scolding a group of intimidated moles. You introduce yourself to the agitated bird, and she does likewise. Hirangi. As an explorer and mapper of the landscapes, I've paid for the Grand Mole Efforts Labor Group to explore this tunnel into the earth, but they refuse to work. Feeling judgmental eyes upon them, the mole boss sits and explains. The pit is the home to a war dragon. To go in is to be devoured. She refuses to enter or endanger her team. The kakapo rubs her forehead in stress. A mythical snake beast has ruined my expedition, she grumbles, about how she wishes there were some way to reach down into the pit. Do you have duelist? No. Climb down? Nope. Force a tree down? Yeah, we can force a tree down. I couldn't climb down, even though that is technically a better skill for me, because it's hard. Reveal outcomes. I got 1 to 2. Literally now, I only had 1 gold. There's no negative gold. I gain a prestige, and I'll do the reading here now. Picking your target carefully, you hit one of the shorter trees nearby. It is uprooted, tumbles over, and leans into the hole. An auxiliary ladder, but doesn't reach all the way to the bottom. The moles cringe out of fear as you descend. Being a smaller tree, the branches break under you, and you slip. You might have dropped something. While prone, you look over at the pit's widening shape. You climb back to the top and report your findings to Kihurangi. She scribbles this down as the moles discuss how you survived that. The kakapo ignores them and offers you her wing. With my work done, why don't I join you for a time? As you leave, you check if you really did lose something. So, we have, need to find 2 matching ones. Our companion, Ugari. She helps with Explorer, Night Vision, Unlock, Explore, and is well after when we'll end this session. So I have no money. And now I need to consider my next move. So some of these characters that we've gotten, they have their own specific kind of quest on them. Kirigari does not. Which means I can continue doing what I wanted to do, which was go to Maratu and visit the lodge. Because if I visit the lodge, complete that, I can then pick up the quest at Maratu, figure out where I want to head next. So we're going to go up there and back over here to do the quest at the lodge. Let's see how well we do with dreaming. Arriving at Maratu, you follow the directions in the note, leading you to a massive log house. Knocking on the front door, a group of folks answer. They are all wearing ponchos bearing a stitch design of a closed eye. They take you through the halls to a room filled with silk banners and pillows. A horned frog with a cloth bearing the closed eyes covering her face stands to meet you. I am Morazan. Are you ready for the journey? You nod. Come along. She takes you to an enormous greenhouse out back, which has a sparring arena and jungle's worth of plants.
First your body must be made tired. Wander through the gardens, or perhaps join Koti at the training pillars.
Well, with our afraid, we already have the tag weary. You glare at Morazan and let her look at the massive dark circles under your eyes. After explaining how dead tired you are, the frog silently observes you through the fabric of her face covering, as if somehow she could see thought through it and into your soul.
Very well.
She offers you a candle.
You may need this on your journey ahead. To banish the darkness you will soon be wading through.
She beckons you back inside the main building, and you leave the greenhouse. Ooh. I'm going to swap out our green mark for that one. Wrong color, purple. Or dark blue, I guess. Dark bluey purple. You are taken to a smoky and cold room filled with 40 poncho-wearing members of the lodge. The mistress invites you to sit cross-legged before her in the middle and listen to her words. Before you, she places a statue, as it's going to put me to sleep. No. Of a four-armed, hideous figure.
This is Hiroshank, Prince of Dreams. In order to make a pilgrimage to the land of inward dreams, you must quiet your thoughts and enter a deep trance. That is when the prince will take you.
Do you have Serene tag? I do. I have inner peace right now. Show her your tranquility. You have already achieved stillness of your soul and are ready to move on. There is little to do in the means of centering yourself. Your soul is already in tranquil and unbothered state that the mistress just described. You tell her that you are ready to start the journey.
Then allow the sleep to take you,
Morazan instructs.
Allow Hiroshank to guide you to the insubstantial lands beyond the place.
Closing your eyes, your mind allows you to drift off.
Safe travels,
you hear the horned frog say, but her voice is faint and distorted. When you open your eyes, you see what caused it. She's gone, along with the room and all the other members. Take this. It could help. Suddenly, you are holding an item and are now standing in a strange, bizarre land. Return 152. This item I feel like could be important. So let's see what item 14 is. Drums. Explore, intimidate, recall. You know what? We're swapping out the ladder. As much as that did aid us a couple times, and I appreciate that, I want to maintain my set. And then give a 170 to the adventurer. Lucid Prison. So we end the scene. We lose our inner peace and afraid as we advance to Thursday. Or from Thursday to Friday. So Lucid Prison is isolated. When gained, place your figure on this card. So, afraid and inner peace. 57 and 60. Just get those back in place. 60 and 57. I guess I should have shown you the board. I'm now here in this lucid prison, which has an automatic thing I have to do. 357. So we cannot use our items. Sitting upon a moonlit hill, covered in broken mugs, you look over a field of chest-high red grass. Faint flickering orbs of light bud from each stem. Memories from your life. The substance of these ghostly glows, or the memories of your life, the memories from your life are substance of these ghostly glows. The field hosts a tower as well, yellow brick, doorless, and scraping against the absent sky. In it are all things your mind is at odds with, caging childhood, embarrassment, dark thoughts, and experiences of pain. An exit must exist. You must confront a shard of your past that still plagues your subconscious if you wish to escape this surreal dream. This guilt would be contained in the tower, or could be found in memory somewhere in the field. So I could climb the tower, that's hard, or I could search field. Well, I have the choice of either, but searching, it's tough because climbing didn't actually tell me to get rid of my companion, which is interesting. I'm a little bit surprised that it told to get rid of the drums, because I got that one here. I went with searching because it was technically slightly easier. I did get 2. Searching through the field of dreams, the soil beneath you thinly veils a fish tank filled with floating toys. With more time spent for the abstract copy of this event, all memories begin to dim and fade. Happening upon the stock that contains this uncomfortable memory, you can only make out part of it. Crucial details have eroded by time, but you make out enough. You press it into your forehead and plummet through the glass below. You exist in a dulled recreation of this troubled moment from your past, frozen in time. Through gaps in your memory, you see 2 roads leading deeper into the dream. One is coiled, and whose stones are shaped like that of scales, dotted eyes and noses. Unseen mouths whisper riddles you've dwelled on all your life, but never solved. The second road is no less strange. Compacted bone and hair make the path guarded by imps who take wagers on your lack of bravery. Let's take the road. This road seems less dangerous. The road slopes leading to into a thicket of voices. They speak riddles at a younger copy of you who is kneeling and sobbing. I don't know the answer. Do you have a relic tag? I don't know how. You told me to discard everything. I didn't have a relic anyways. Convince your younger self or recall a solution. Recalling a solution. Both are the same difficulty, but I have better odds to recall a solution. Now, that would require me to have rolled any of those. I would have actually done just fine. The voice asks, "What happens only 4 times in your life?" Your mind can't find a suitable answer. When you give up, the voice tells you when and how you will die. You wake up with a scream. Move back to Maratu. Let me guess, 54 is not going to be good. I will read that in a second. It's just easier for me. I get distracted if I'm like, oh wait, I have to do this still. So 153. A broken soul. Oh wait. Not 153. Yeah, 153. Broken Soul Part 1. That seems wrong. I think that's supposed to be 152. Because that's the dream quest still. So I haven't completed the dream quest, basically. Give 54. Maybe 54 will be a negative. It's shocked. I'm weary and stunned. So it means I can go and try it again, but I don't know that I can if I'm shocked. So we end the scene. We're going to advance a day. Again, I'm just going to try 356 again. Not 56, 356. Do you have a weary tag? Yes. Show her you're weary. We already... I can swap another one over to perception. We do not have serene. We're going to look inward. I got 3 for looking inward. I don't have the comforting tag. Two more prestige. I gain 152. I might have to drop here in a second. I hear a sad, maybe sick sounding child upstairs. 170. Let me pause.